to my channel. I'm Brenda. Today is the final episode of the February Freezer Clean Out Challenge. And I'm excited to share with you how much I spent. My goal was to spend $100 or less on groceries, and I'm excited to share that with you and show you my freezers, show you what they look like today, and remind you what they looked like a month ago, and to share with you what I made this week with the ingredients from my freezer. If you're new here and you are not subscribed and you like this kind of video, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It really helps out my channel and it makes it so you don't miss any of my videos. So let's get right to what I've learned. The biggest thing I learned was that I don't really need to go to the grocery store as often as I used to go. I have plenty of food in my freezer and in my pantry. And I have been going to the grocery store just to get stuff for one day's meal. I found that the first week was really easy to make meals because the meals I like to make, I had those supplies on hand. But this past week was a little more tricky. Even though I had plenty of things to choose from, it wasn't anything I was super excited about making. So that leads me to the second thing I learned is I need to keep my freezers rotated. I found so many things in my freezer that I didn't even know I had. And I have things in my freezer that I'm not using effectively and really should not be buying as often, or I need more recipes to use them. For example, I need to eat fish more often. I buy fish quite often. I use 1 or 2 pieces out of the bag, forget I have it, it gets shoved back in the back of the freezer, and then I buy more fish. So I need to find more recipes for fish. And I need more recipes for chicken. So that's the next thing is I need more recipes for some of the foods that I want to eat, but don't really have a lot of ways to cook them. Another thing I learned is I don't have enough veggies in my freezer. And I started to think about why that is. Most freezers have tons of frozen veggies in there, but I either get a box of produce from our local produce co-op, or I get a box of produce from Misfits Market. And that provides me with fresh produce every week, so I don't need frozen veggies. So I need to do one of two things. I either need to start getting a produce box every week, but I'm also going to buy some frozen veggies to put in my freezer for those times when I want veggies and don't have fresh produce. I also learned that I need to continually focus on making smaller meals. I have 7 adult kids, and I have spent my entire adult life focusing on cooking for big groups. And even now, there are many times when I cook for large groups because when they all come over for family dinner, there can be up to 26 of us. But on most days, it's just me and Grandpa B. So I need to fix smaller meals so we have less leftovers. It's been a battle all month, keeping that one shelf that I have in my freezer for leftovers from overflowing. So that's the last thing that I learned. First, I'm going to show you the meals I made from my freezer. Then we're going to look in the freezers to see what they look like now. And then I'm going to give you my total amount spent this month. Here's what I had this week.
Saturday morning, I basically made pigs in a blanket. I just took these sausages, put them on a stick, dipped them in pancake batter, and fried them. Saturday night for dinner, I made lemon pepper chicken and then cooked up the rest of the asparagus that we had.
For dinner Sunday night, we're going to have pot pie. So I pulled out 1 box of pie crusts and this freezer meal.
Monday, I spent the day baking. I made a couple of loaves of bread and some sticky buns. And then I took some bacon and cheese out of my freezer and some jalapenos, and I made bacon jalapeno cheese bread. And then we ate the bread for dinner. Tuesday, I took 3 different leftovers and put them together to make this soup. It was actually less delicious than it looks.
Today's Tuesday, and I got these 3 items out of my freezer. The cream cheeses from my fridge, and I'm making a raspberry cheesecake dessert for a virtual potluck collaboration that I'm doing. I will link that in the end card so that you can see it, because it'll be posted before this video that you're watching gets posted.
These are some pictures that I took while I was traveling for business to Bryce Canyon. The beauty was unbelievable. If you've never been to Bryce Canyon, I recommend it 10 out of 10. I enjoyed all of the scenery. So on Wednesday and Thursday, I was eating out both days.
On Friday, I'm going to make chili. I'm just going to put this freezer meal into the crock pot and just let it cook for about 2 or 3 hours. But I want to show you what I'm going to do on Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday and Sunday are the last 2 days of the month. I want to show you what I'll be doing. Even though this is my final video, I still have 2 days of the month left. So this will be a no-peak meal. Basically, it's the meat and rice and Lipton onion soup mix and broth, and you cover it and let it cook for 3 hours at 325, so it cooks very low and slow, and it just makes the meat really tender and the flavors really infuse into the meat and the rice. It's very delicious. On Sunday, I'm going to make shrimp Alfredo, and that will round out the month. All right, let's see what the upstairs freezer looks like. Quite a bit of space up here on the top shelf. It's a jumble. I'm wondering if you have any suggestions on how to organize this, maybe some containers that you like, because this is a mess. My leftover shelf is actually fairly empty. I don't know if you can see back here, there's quite a bit of space. Not fairly empty, it's still super full, but it's better. Bread's still. The bottom shelf again needs some type of organization. That bottom drawer has not changed. I don't know why I haven't drank these. Like, I need to drink them. Empty shelf down here, yeast still, empty shelf, empty shelf. So I think it looks really good. Makes me happy. Let's go see what's downstairs. I am so excited to show you.
But wait, first, I wanted to remind you what it looked like at the beginning of the month.
Look at this. Look at all of the space. I did reorganize last week like I showed you in the video, but I still have quite a few freezer meals. That's another thing I learned. I don't use as many freezer meals as I like to make. I don't like to use them as much as I like to make them. So I need to make less freezer meals. Or I need to make freezer meals that are small enough for 2 people. In fact, if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know in the comments. I think that's a great idea, is making freezer meals for 2 people. Still have ice cream, cheese back there. Not much of my cow and pig left. I still have 2 great big hams I need to use. This drawer is quite a bit more empty. And then my chicken shelf is room for my 70 pounds of chicken. This drawer is fairly empty. Over here I have a space here, and these are a lot less in here now. There's more space. Instead of my chilies being stacked to the top, I'm getting down. Still have tons of butter, but I bake a lot, so it always have a lot. So I made a lot of progress. I am now going to go over to my son's house, get the 70 pounds of chicken, and put it in here. Let's talk about money. My goal was $100 or less on groceries, and I accomplished that goal. Up until this week, I was way under budget, but this week I spent $80.15. But I got back $47.60 between Shopkick, Fetch, and Ibotta. So this week I spent $32.55. My all month total is $76.62. I was over $23 under budget. I am surprised that I was so far under budget. But if I take moving forward, one of the things I learned, I don't have to shop as much, and I use that, I can save a lot of money just by forcing myself to learn to use what I already have. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Come back every Tuesday and Saturday to see the newest video. If you hit that notification bell, it'll let you know when my videos are posted. See you again soon.